hereditary. You have inherited. What does inheritance mean? What does it mean for something to be inherited, Isaiah?
It means for something
Something to be what?
given.
Given from where? Your mom. Excellent, Brandon. Good. Number 2. Does anyone know of any genetic disorders?
Yes.
Does anyone know? Can you list one, Rachel? Right. It can be a genetic disorder. Maybe if you're missing a limb, right? An ear or arm or something like that. Lily? Blind can be a genetic disorder. Excellent, Isaiah. If you can't walk really good, yeah. If you have some spinal problems or maybe feet problems or something like that, good. Today, we're going to take a look into a genetic disorder. What have we been talking about the last couple of classes? I haven't seen you guys in a very long time. What have we been talking about, Lily? Excuse me. Lily's talking. She's on TV. Go ahead, Lily. What have we been talking about in science?
In the 4th or 3rd grade.
Marvin, what have we been talking about?
We've been talking about genetic disorders and how and if they give you extra or this thing.
Good. We've been talking about genetic disorders. What else, Isaiah? I'm sorry, it's too much side chatter. It's too much side chatter. I can't hear Isaiah. Go ahead.
Can you move your hair, please?
Oh, good. We've been talking about genes and how they can multiply. And we've been doing something called Punnett squares. Trying to see if you can come up with separate. You too, Kevin.
Oh no.
We've been talking about Punnett squares and how you can determine the genes or determine the traits that an offspring is going to have. So I want you to take a look at the article you have in front of you. The article you have in front of you. Today, we are going to learn about one specific type of genetic disorder. One specific type of disorder called Down syndrome. I want you to read the first 2 paragraphs silently by yourself. You're reading the first 2 paragraphs silently to yourself. Does everyone have an article? Alright, who can tell me, what is Down syndrome? What is Down syndrome? Shara?
And Down syndrome is when you have medical problems and you're slower to learn.
Good. You can have medical problems and you're slower to learn. I want you to move down to the next part. Chromosomes are the cause. Remember we talked about chromosomes? You have 23 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes, which you get from your mom and your who? Dad, right. They come together and they make you. And that's how you have 23 pairs of chromosomes. So if you go down to the part that says chromosomes are the cause, read along with me, follow along. To understand why Down syndrome happens, you need to understand a little about chromosomes. What are chromosomes? They're thread-like structures within each cell and are made up of genes. Genes provide the information that determines everything about people, from your hair color to whether they are girls or boys. We're waiting on Isaiah to pay attention. Pay attention. Where's your paper? You can't look at it if you're looking at me. Thank you. Most people have 23 pairs of chromosomes for a total of 46. But a baby that has Down syndrome has an extra chromosome. So instead of 46, they have 47. Or one chromosome has an extra part. This extra genetic material causes problems with the way that their bodies develop. People who have Down syndrome have a lot of health problems, but at the end of the day, they can do the same things that we can do. They can have jobs, they can have children, they have families, they go to school, and today we are going to watch a video of students, a video of some people who have Down syndrome. You're going to notice that they look differently. You're going to notice that...
Good afternoon, Truesdale Trojans. This is Ms. Stinson. Please pardon the interruption. This is an important announcement. On Friday, on Thursday, and then on Friday, Mr. Turner and Ms. Watson worked with staff members who did not complete their ethics training. There are still a small handful of staff members who have not completed ethics training. If you would like to get a paycheck from the District of Columbia, you need to have ethics training done. If you don't want your paycheck, then continue to not have your ethics training completed. The reports have been sent in multiple times. With the last report sent last Friday, I'm receiving emails now that the deadline is well past due, and as a requirement to be an employee of the District of Columbia, you do have to take ethics training and prove completion. So at this time, we are not in compliance. If you have not completed that training, you must get it completed. Please report to Ms. Watson that you have it done. Print out from your PeopleSoft the certificate or report. If you have difficulty with PeopleSoft, please speak to Ms. Watson to let her know that you have it done, providing your employee ID. There were 3 people who completed ethics training on PeopleSoft last week. We need your names and your employee ID numbers. Sorry for such a harsh message, but it is important. I don't want anybody to not be in compliance. Thank you.
So what makes a person with Down syndrome different from you is that they have a genetic disorder. So we talked about chromosomes. How many chromosomes do you have from your mom and dad?
25.
23. You have 23 from your mom and dad. So this is a picture of a chromosome.
Oh my God, you need to screw your shell.
This is a picture of the chromosomes from someone who has Down syndrome. As you notice, at the first chromosome there are 2 bars, right? Every single one has 2 strands. But when you come down here to number 21, how many are there? 3. They have an extra amount of genetic information on their 21st chromosome. And this is why they look different. This is why it takes them a little while longer to learn new information. When they're born, it takes them longer to learn how to walk, longer to learn how to talk. They do talk differently. They're usually shorter, and you're going to see that on the film that we're about to watch. But it's because of this genetic error that it causes them to have these other differences. They can still do the same things as I do, and as Isaiah does, and as Lily does, and as Marvin does, and as Jessica does. They just take a little while longer to get to the same point that we get to. So that's what you're going to notice in the video. And I want us all to be very respectful of the video. Be mindful that these are people that are no different from you. But I just wanted to show you. Everyone move up. Marcellus, Marvin, Isaiah, can you move up, please? Because the screen doesn't get much bigger than this. Jessica and Leslie, can you move up, please? Don't moan and groan. Don't give me a hard time, Andreas. So what you're going to do today is you're going to meet 3 people. You're going to meet 1 lady and 2 gentlemen. And you're going to see what it's like in the daily life of a person who has Down syndrome. And then I want you to take into account today, what do you have in common with them? And That's what you're thinking about as you watch the video. How are we alike? How are we alike and how are we different? Jessica and Leslie, can you move up, please? Or just pull a chair up closer. This isn't a chance to chill. I want you to see. Yes, Leslie. Yeah, I'm going to get Marvin. Can you turn that off?